It's time for a Quips and Guac classic. Let's take a look at the new movie Longlegs with Marilyn Monroe and Nicolas Cage, the scariest movie ever written ever. I haven't seen it yet, and why haven't I seen it yet, you're asking? Well, it's because I'm banned from watching scary movies, because apparently I was sneaking, wink, snacks in, and that's not okay, and it was in my ass. I guess that was probably the most disturbing part. Anyway, welcome to the first 30 seconds of the video. It's time for a segue into our commander, Shelob, child of Ungoliant, therefore black-green for a spider demon 8/8 with death touch and ward 2. Other spiders have death touch and ward 2, and whenever another creature is killed by a spider, basically, we make a token copy of that creature, except it's a food and loses all other card types. Very cool, and it has long legs, like the movie. I haven't seen it, so that's what I assume it's about. He's probably a spider guy. Anyway, the goals of this deck: 1, be scary because it's a scary movie. 2, have spiders because it's a long legs and it has spiders. And 3, steal the Declaration of Independence because it has Nicolas Cage in it, and that's all I know he does. Okay, first up, scary. Finn, the Fang Bearer. He is 1 and a green for a human warrior, has death touch, and whenever a creature you control with death touch deals combat damage to a player, that player gets 2 poison counters. How is that scary? Well, because it says poison and counters on it. If your opponents don't know, that's really scary, and they die, and this guy's going to get removed, and they're probably going to target you because poison counters is scary. Second scary thing, roaming throne, because triggering things is worse, more scary than not. Don't care about the rest of the text. You get extra triggers. If you choose human, you get additional poison counters from that guy I just talked about. But if you choose spiders, you get ward. So now it's like 4 mana to target a spider. That's pretty scary. Anyway, Uvenwald Tracker is 1 green mana for a fight club. He's 1 in a green. You can tap him, and target creature you control fights another target creature. So now you can just kind of like pick and choose. Just have some domestic violence. That's a picture of my dad, by the way. So you just fight other guys and kill them with your death touch. It's very balanced. Kind of fun. Part 2, spiders. First one, Arasta of the Endless Web. 2 and 2 green for a cool spider that says whenever an opponent casts an instant or sorcery spell, you make a 1/2 green spider creature token with reach. So you just open your little mouth and then a little spider comes out whenever an opponent casts an instant or sorcery. And that's pretty cool. Yeah. Number 2 is Arachnogenesis, 2 and a green. It's an instant, create X 1/2 green spiders where X is the number of creatures attacking you, and you prevent all combat damage that will be dealt this turn by non-spider creatures. So you basically can like turn them all into death touch guys, and they'll like swap the board around. It's pretty cool. And like any good monk, you're all about peace, obviously, not war, but also summoning a shit ton of spiders, which is pretty freaking cool. Yeah. Anyway, number 3, we have Shelob, Dread Weaver, 3 and a black. It's the other Shelob, the kind of worst one, in my opinion. Whenever a non-token creature an opponent controls dies, exile it. You send it into the Shadow Realm, where you have custody over it. Because for 2 and a black, you can put a creature card exiled with Shelob into its owner's graveyard. You get him stronger, and you draw a card. Or for X, 1 and a black, you can basically reanimate something that you have exiled under Shelob. It's pretty cool. And you know what they always say, she lobs me not. She lobs me not. Anyway, part 3, Nicolas Cage. You get it? Because it's like Saint Nicolas Cage. It's a cage with the, because he's the guy from the movie. He's Mr. Longlegs. All right. Expedition Map is 1 mana for an artifact. 2 mana, you can tap and sack it. You go find a land. The Freedom land, because it's the Declaration of Independence. Yeah. And what's this? Ransom Note. It's 1 mana for a clue. It has a bunch of stuff. It does a lot of cool stuff. Like you can goad creatures and you could draw cards. That's pretty cool. You know what we call that? A Declaration of Independence on top of a Declaration of Independence. That's more independence because you get more stuff. You get more options like freedom and stuff. And what's this? Imperial Seal. 1 black mana for a sorcery. Search your library for a card, then you shuffle, put it on top, and you lose 2 life. That's pretty cool. That looks kind of like a Declaration of Independence. It's actually a freaking really sick Declaration of Independence. It's like 4 Declaration of Independences all fused together to make like a monster out of it. Because it's like it's a good card. All right. You're wondering, what's the end game here? All right. Well, it's obvious. Okay, you get your big spider, which is your commander, Shelob, the cool guy. And then you get your couch with legs, roaming throne. And then you have Arasta of the Endless Web, where you make just an absolute ton of spiders because roaming throne is doubling the trigger of a Rasta, and it's really good. Throw in this guy, and now you have a bunch of spiders, all with death touch, that'll all do poison damage if they don't block. Yeah, and you're wondering, obviously, because you're on Reddit, you can't pull that off easily, is what you're saying. Well, I beg to differ, okay? Because I'm built different. Why? You remember this guy? The guy who was like 4 constitutions, independences put together? Imperial Seal. I can tutor for whatever I'm missing, all right? With card draw, I can get whatever I want, and I'll reanimate it, and I'll get the cards I need. I have the heart of the cards, Yugi. Anyway, that's the end of the video. If you liked it, leave a like. If you subscribe, subscribe. If you got some extra money, donate to the children in Palestine. Would appreciate it. I have a Discord. That'd be cool. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.